Happy New Year, everybody! If you're watching this when it first comes out, it should be the 1st of January, if my really long planning sheet that I've been using for the last week worked. If you've been frustrated by all the pre-recorded episodes, this is the last one. My Christmas, it's the 21st of December as I'm recording this. My Christmas break starts in about 15 minutes when this video was recorded. So I'm just as giddy as you lot presumably are on New Year's Day, because there's no reason to be tired or have a headache or anything like that on New Year's Day. We're all excited and happy for the new year, and we should also be excited and happy because normal schedule resumes this week. So we're back into daily non-Legend Legend, 4 o'clock every day this week. We're back in the borough, going back into its 9 p.m. slot on Tuesday and Wednesday and 4 p.m. at weekends. Plus, streams are back this week. 2018 is going to be a good year. Hello and welcome to Club 3 Part 6 of Non-Legend Legend. I'm Kev. Coming up on today's episode, we're going to have a look at all our transfers. And goodness me, have we had a summer of transfers. I think this team is going to be a good team. Hopefully, we'll show that to you as well in our first game of the season at home against Forest Green. We also have our first clash against Posh, which, I don't know, if we go through the transfers quickly, I might have to do that as well because it's Posh. So, let's have a little look at our transfers. We have had an enormous overhaul of the squad. That doesn't seem to do it justice, actually. I thought we'd signed more players than that. We've released a lot. Clint, unfortunately, is gone and doesn't want to come back. He just wouldn't sign a new contract. That is the one part of the squad that I'm not happy with. I don't think we have a good enough goalkeeper at the moment. So if we can convince Clint to come back or find a decent replacement, we will. But then loads and loads of other names have left. A lot of these are players I brought in at Christmas just to sort of fill some gaps to get through to the end of the season. Plus a load of Sean Rigg as an example, 32 years old. He was never in a million years going to play for me. But there's a few of them who've gone out as well. But they're not who we're interested in. Who we're interested is the players who have come in. We already renewed a couple of our loans last season for the two guys whose names are Tuazi and Blackmore, or could be Blackwood. I'll never know which one it is. They've both renewed, plus Not at centre back. So the three good loanees have all renewed. And then we've added a couple more loanees as well. So Liam Cullen is a 22-year-old striker or attacking midfielder or winger who's coming from Swansea, 3.5-star current ability, 4-star potential. He's here on loan until the end of this season. And he already played a season in League One, so a league higher than this, and scored almost a goal every other game. So I have high hopes for him as a partner for Tuazi. He's the main reason I've decided to do the tactic I've done. I started my summer transfers fully intending to do a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-4-2 this season. And because of a couple of these players who became available, we're going to stick with the 4-3-1-2 just with a bit of a tweak, which I'll show you in a second. We've also brought in another striker on loan, Marcus Sheldon from Liverpool, 19 years old, 2.5-star current ability, 5-star potential again. He's come in to be more of a backup striker for us. He's never played a game for anyone, and he might come good. Joe Morrow is a central midfield player who's come in on a free transfer, 24 years old. 3-star current ability, 3.5-star potential. He's been playing for Scunthorpe in this division for the last couple of years, previously of Bristol City. Good player at this level. Daniel Wright is a 23-year-old attacking midfielder. He'll provide some cover for Blackwood, no one knows. 23 years old, 2.5-star current ability. In fact, we can see on here, Blackmore, that's what he's called. So he's just going to offer a little bit of cover in there. Again, he's another one who's been playing regularly in League One for the last year, and we've just signed him to be a cover player for us. That's why I think we're going to be a good team. He also provides some cover in central midfield and up front. Toby Edser is a 22-year-old central midfield player, 3-star current ability, 3.5-star potential. Comes in on a free from Nottingham Forest. Played the full season in League Two for Oldham last year, so we're signing established players, and that's why I'm excited. James Justin is a 23-year-old right-back, 3-star current ability, 3.5-star potential. Comes in from Luton, where he's played the last 3 years in League One. He's been at Luton all his career, but 3 seasons at League One, and now he's dropped down to play for us. He can also play in midfield. Mark Connolly is a centre-back, 29 years old, going to offer some cover for Knott and Edwards. 3-star current ability, and he's been playing for Blackpool in League One for the last year, plus lots of experience at League Two level as well. He's certainly not going to let us down, and he's a great cover player. Craig Alcock, we mentioned on the last episode, noticed him playing for Doncaster, who've just been relegated out of the Football League. They released him on a free transfer. I've brought him in partly because he's ex-posh in real life and partly because he can play anywhere across the back four and provide cover in all these positions for us. I know he's 33 and getting on a bit, but at 3-star current ability, I don't think he's going to let us down, and he's got so much experience, almost 500 games at League Two or better in his career. He's definitely a player we want knocking around for some cover. Tyler Maguire, no idea how we're going to say that. Probably just Tyler. 22-year-old centre-back just coming in for cover. 2.5-star current ability, 3-star potential. Was at Blackburn where he started his career. Played 10 games for him in League One last year. Not bad for our 4th choice centre-back in League Two. And then lastly, Matthew Hudson is a goalkeeper who's come in on a free transfer from from Preston. He was on loan at Doncaster last year where he played the full season in League Two. He's also played games in League One and League Two for Bristol Rovers and Barnet. I just don't... He's obviously not going to be as good as Clint. He's probably as good as we're going to get. And we were kind of scratching around a bit desperate for a keeper. It's not ideal. I would still like to strengthen with another goalkeeper. We have money left to do that. We've got a £41,000 a week wage budget. We've only spent £34,000 of it. And as goalkeeper aside, I'm really, really happy with this squad. And we're going to be sticking with a 4-3-1-2. Like I say, we've made a couple of tweaks to it. Firstly, we've taken off all the team instructions. If you've been watching Back in the Borough, or even with Bath in this save, I seem to be having a lot of success this year with no team instructions. So we're going to try it again here at Oxford, although we've never tried it with a 4-3-1-2 before. So we'll go in control flexible, no instructions, and we've adjusted the midfield 3 and the front 3. Back 4 stayed exactly as it always does, but we're going for a deep lying playmaker on defend, and then we're going fancy. We're going to have a Carrilero to cover these areas, and a Mazzala, again, to get a little bit wider, get a little bit further forward. It should really suit James Cragen, who's an attacking midfielder, right centre, really, wants to play about here. Mazzala lets him get out there and do that. Blackmore's going to stay as an attacking midfielder because he scored a ton of goals doing that last year. Tuazi will stay as target man, and new boy Cullen's going to be an advanced forward rather than a striker because it suits him better. So, the full team going into the first day of the new season against Forest Green. We have Hudson in goal. A back four of Ruffles, Knott, Edwards and Justin. Rodriguez, Morrow and Cragen in midfield with Blackmore in behind Tuazi and Cullen. If the tactic works, and it's been looking good in pre-season, if the tactic works in the league, I think this is a really, really good group of players that we've put together. If the tactic doesn't work, and we have to go into my current default, which is when it doesn't work, go to 4-4-2, no instructions, we don't really have any wide players to do that. We'll have to make some additions and work out what to do with Blackmore, but I don't see why this tactic shouldn't work. The 4-3-1-2 should work a little bit better with having the two wider central midfield players both drifting wide. That's what those new player roles are designed to do, I guess, and we're using them properly, I think. A deep line playmaker should offer some decent cover in the middle. I just hope we're not going too attacking. But then I think we're the best team in the division. And so do the media, actually. Media position is that we're going to finish first. So media prediction, sorry. They're looking for first place. I can't remember what the board are looking for. I should probably look that up. It was like 1 a.m. last night, or last night 2 weeks ago, that I was putting all this together, and I don't remember what the board asked me to do, but I saw the media prediction of first, saw the squad I'd put together, and I've decided we're winning the league this year, or at the very least, getting into one of these 3 automatic promotion spots. If this squad can't get promoted from this league, then I don't understand Football Manager, because League 2's always been the easiest league to get out of, because top 3 are automatic promotion. Then you've got all the way down to 7th in the playoffs. We should easily finish top 7, and I'd be disappointed if we're not top 3. And I kind of want to win the league. But we'll know more 2 or 3 games into the season when we see if this tactic works. Cullen is in and gets a goal on his debut. It is onside, I think. Yeah, the linesman's not flagging. He's looking at his watch. Cullen assisted by Blackmore. Let's have a look at it from the other side. This is exactly what we were looking for, really. Coming down the middle. Cragen drifting about, being Mr. Mazzala. Blackmore just slots it through to Cullen, who spins round, tucks it away. That's exactly the kind of goal we were hoping to score this season. So more of that, please, gentlemen. Up to 5th place on the first day of the season. Obviously, we want to go top and stay top. So goals aplenty is what we're looking for today. My one concern with the 4-3-1-2, and we saw it a bit last season, is with Tuazi being a big target man. He really wants crosses coming in, and we're not going to get loads of crosses coming in with this system. But I'm training him to be a complete forward because he's quick, he's skillful, he's got decent first touch. He's not just a target man, and we might end up switching him to be a complete forward as he's training for it, and if he's not working as a target man. But there he is, tucking away his first goal of the season as a target man. So let's not worry. Clearly, it works. We're up to first now. That's where we want to stay. The media have predicted top. We are top as it stands. Let's just keep outscoring everybody else and end the episode top of the league. And then I'll completely forget all these ideas. I'm going to have to re-watch this video at the same time you lot are, because I'm going back to work myself. On the 2nd of January, recording the next part of this. So there's going to be like a 2-week gap between me recording this video and the video that you will watch tomorrow, and I will have no idea who these players are. Cullen's just made it 3-0, so I'll be watching along with you. I'll see you all down in the comments, because I'm going to forget why. I'll just look at this tactic and think, why is it a Mazzara in it? Yeah, get back to where you're supposed to be, you idiots. So that whole explanation at the start, that was as much for my benefit as it is for your benefit, because 2018 Kev needs putting in his place, because this clearly is working. 2018 Kev, 2017 late night Kev is a genius. Right, are we going to score another goal before half-time? 4-0 before half-time would be very pleasant. Blackmore out to Craigan. Look at this, drifting into wide positions as a central midfielder. This is unheard of in the 4-3-1-2. Blackmore to Craigan again. Cross comes into Cullen, who has a debut, first day of the season, hat-trick. He's been a good signing already, but he's on loan for the... I'm excited. The one downside to this squad at the moment is the fact that the entire front three are all loan players. So if we do go up, and it's a big if on the first day of the season, but if we do go up and we can't get them on loan again next year, we have another summer of rebuilding the attack, which isn't ideal. But, you know, this is non-league to legend. We'll just move clubs. If we manage to get a promotion out of this league, if we win the league, we'll be in the championship with someone else. It's 5-0 before half-time, by the way. We're announcing ourselves onto the League 2 this season, saying, yeah, remember that terrible Oxford team from last year who were rubbish? We're very different now. 5-0 up before half-time. We said we wanted to outscore everyone else and end the episode top of the league. I mean, emphatically at the moment. Is that Raquel Pike up front for them? Oh, love Raquel Pike. Non-league to legend alumni from previous years. He ain't getting in this team. He's missing out this year, because if he's already playing for Forest Green, that means his days of being young and having potential are long gone. But a nod to you, Raquel, for your performances last year. I don't know why my fingers go to my head. It's like a nod salute. I'm giddy because we're 5 goals up and I've recorded like 30 videos in the last 4 days. And I can't believe I'm still able to speak. And James Craigan has made it 6-0 on 50 minutes. There are 7,500 people inside the ground today. That is much. I mean, we were getting half that last year. They're as excited as I am with these signings. 7,500 people here, and we're winning 6-0 on the 50-minute mark. We should. I mean, I'd like to think we go and sell another 1,000 season tickets after this match. If you're an Oxford fan in real life and you turn up for this on the first day of the season, you go and buy a season ticket on the way out, surely. Pike has scored, and when we're 6-0 up, I don't mind Raquel Pike scoring. He's a hero to me, and he can have a hat trick if he wants. 6-3, I'm happy with, as long as he scores their goals. But I think we might just knock ourselves down to standard mentality for the last half hour. I don't think we need to force ourselves to stay on control for the entire match. It's probably a good opportunity to have a look at Sheldon as well, the Liverpool loanee. We probably don't need to keep Cullen on for the entire match either. So we've dropped down to standard. We'll make our substitutions. We're probably just going to do a triple because we're so far ahead. We don't need to mess about. We'll take off Cullen and bring on Sheldon so we can have a look at him. And who else have we got, really, who we want to have a look at? We don't need to look at Craig Alcock. We know what he offers. Edsa in midfield. Quite like to look at you. What do you want to be? You kind of want to be there. So can you two swap? Oh, you two can swap. And Joseph Handley is our youngster. He's the 17-year-old who was in the team before we signed Blackmore last year. So we'll bring him on as well. Bring the kid on. He's our own youngster. We want to give him as many opportunities as possible to establish himself here. Right, let's grab a 7th. It'd be nice to see Sheldon get a goal or two. Or Tuazi. I mean, he's only had one. We've won 6-0, and our star striker from last year has only got one of those goals. That's always a sign of a good season. Tuazi to Sheldon. I mean, that's a bit of a miss, really. Hopefully that was just a little sighter, and he will end up better than that, because that was a little disappointing. But we're nitpicking a little bit when we're 6-1 up on the first day of the season with a team that isn't gelled yet. I mean, imagine what it's going to be like when this team gels. There's Pike. Let's let him have a second. Oh, he's passed the ball. Defend again. Oh, there's Pike again. That's fine. Raquel Pike can have 2 goals. I'd love it if he got a 3rd. That would be awesome. Cheering on the opposition. That's when you know things are going well. But Raquel Pike, I tell you what, I said he might not ever turn up with us this year. He's not done too bad today, has he? He might be worth a little bit of a scout. I think within my own non-League to Legend rules, it's fair to scout him now. I'm not scouting him because I know him from previous years. I'm scouting him because we're awesome, and he's just got 2 goals against us in a team that has been trash. He's been their one decent player. I think in real life, you'd have a further look at him and think, well, how is he so much better than the rest of them? Shall we add him to the ranks? It would be nice to have a permanent player up front that we own, because even we were saying about the attack all being players on loan from other clubs. Even our reserve striker Sheldon, who's just come on, he's on loan as well. So we could probably do with buying somebody. Let's scout Raquel Pike. Oh no, not an analyst report. Don't even know what they are. I want a scout report. There we go, a scout report. Excellent. Well, the important thing is we have ended the episode top of the league. Hopefully that's going to be a recurring theme throughout the series this season. As I said at the start, hope you had a really good New Year's Eve and all those shenanigans. If you are watching this stuff 6 months down the line, don't worry, it's the 2nd of January tomorrow. I don't need to talk about the days again until Valentine's Day, when I offer you all a rose or something. I really hope I don't do that. But, you know, YouTube might tell me it's good for the views when the time comes. If you've enjoyed this video, please make sure you pop a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos, back on the normal schedule this week as well. So we'll be back with Non-League to Legend 4 o'clock again tomorrow and throughout the rest of the week. Thank you very much for watching.